Okay, good morning and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folari. Today we thought we'd look at the Niger Delta and in particular talking about the Niger Delta, communications emanating from the militants in the region, some of them quite aggravating, I must imagine, things along the line of we'll be declaring the Niger Delta a republic on the 1st of August. And this is in spite of MEND, the Movement for the Emancipation of the Niger Delta, has confirmed that there are ongoing talks with the federal authorities. However, on Monday, I think it was, we also got another communication that the military is saying that, you know what, we know how to do our job, we know what our job is, and so we actually are ready for a major offensive should there be the need, should talks fail. That is quite ominous. Nobody wants it to come to there. But let's look at it. And my guest quickly, President Gomorai, he's an old friend of the house, publisher at Your News, as well as coordinator of Nigerians in the Eyes of the South. That's an interesting one. I just heard that one. I'll add it. Thank you very much for coming on, President. And Alistair Wilcox, Chartered Accountant and Public Affairs Analyst. Interestingly, both of them are eminent sons of the Niger Delta.
Thank you very much for having me. And good morning, viewers.
Indeed. Let me start with
you. You didn't give me the chance to greet our viewers.
Oh, yeah, greet them.
Good morning, viewers.
Indeed, and they have greeted you back. But it's a very, very serious affair. It's not a joke, and most people will think that that is precisely what is being made when some group of Nigerians get together and begin to talk about we will declare a certain republic by the 1st of August. And that, in short, uncooperative kind of sounds, such as we are not in communication with anybody, and if anybody, like men, for instance, that has identified with it, they're on their own. Why do you think? Why do you think we're not getting? That is, all of us collectively, Nigeria, including those who are speaking so in the Niger Delta. Why are we not getting the cooperation we need to resolve these issues satisfactorily? Yes, President, it's best for you to take a first stab at it.
Well, if you ask me, first, I passed the buck on to the media.
Well, you did use the expression passing the buck.
No, so first, because if you look at the language,
responsibility.
Yes, you look at the language. You look at the language.
You want to shove the responsibility onto the media.
Anybody just talk to you, you put it on the pages of headline news, and then you flash it, you scroll it.
Okay.
It's unfortunate.
So when some people declare that we're going to be declaring the Niger Delta Republic, the media needed to not have reported it.
Even if what was the source?
So what you're saying is that it is the media that is the problem.
You just pump in and
and we all know that. It is the media that is the problem, not any group of people in the Niger Delta. Is that what you're saying?
Every segment, every sector has their problem. The federal government has their problem, the people of Niger Delta, the leaders. We all know it. The politicians. Because if you look at the developments, if you look at the reasons, some of us tend to, by their stands, in the aspect of saying, look, nothing is happening in Niger Delta. You will see somebody who come up and say, there is NDDC, there is 13%, there is Ministry of Niger Delta, there is amnesty program. Yes, but the question is, how well have these various organizations addressed the issues? I give you a very simple analysis. See, I'm an Ijaw man. I have a Hausa mother, Ijaw father. Mention, say, 2 Ijaw communities in Nigeria that are metropolis. Apart from, you say, Asaba, Warri, Benin, Port Harcourt. The core areas are completely nothing to offer. Even network, and that's why some of us find ourselves in the cities. No network.
Even if communication network. So, you see,
communication network.
President, even
what we are saying
is so,
we expect,
looking at it for a moment without necessarily conceding, even if that is so, sir, this administration has definitely postured itself to make a difference. Things have begun that have never happened before.
Agreed, but you see, certain things make you start wondering. Facts are sacred. We had our president. We honor him, adore him. He said he will give to those areas he got 95% votes. So much and those areas. But you have seen it. You have seen it.
Come on, President.
I am a human being, just like you. And that's the beauty of democracy.
Okay. Okay.
The beauty of democracy,
I hear you.
I listen to you,
Yes.
and I see deduce from, you cannot deny the fact that even the same media is telling the public
Yes.
that some of the appointments, Junaid Mohammed just said something very salient. The issue of nepotism came up.
I believe you read that in the media. This
That's what I'm telling you.
This
I
same
told you.
trouble-causing media.
Yes, I told you.
This same trouble-causing
No, I
media.
told you.
But
I
you
just told
accepted
you.
this
I just told
trouble-causing
you. I
media
just told
when
you.
they said this one that feathers your own nest.
Okay, are we quarreling?
No,
you,
quarrel,
You
okay.
invite me to come and express, and that's the problem we have. If you invite somebody to come and express his feelings,
Yes.
you listen to him and then amend where you think is necessary to be amended, and then say that area you highlighted probably is not necessary. Good, but the way it's going now is like I'm being taken challenged.
You are
And
not
I'm
being
surprised. My
challenged.
own brother here
Yes.
is laughing at me.
He's not laughing.
We come from the same
He
place.
knows everything you are talking about.
It's
Is
real.
why I want to now ask him
It's real.
that your brother has spoken. Your brother and your elder
address the
has
issues
spoken.
frontally, and let us be honest.
I hear you.
Honesty should come into play.
I hear.
We are seeing developments, and some of us are thinking we're not part of Nigeria.
And you
The
have
only
not
area
seen,
we see
and,
that
and
we
since the
participate
arrival
actively is in sports.
and since-
Outside sports, we're seeing us being discriminated
okay, against.
against.
Okay, but without prejudice
Don't
to
have a
that.
right to air my view.
Indeed, and you have just done so.
that.
And you also have added that media,
Yes,
the media
like
is
the
in
aspect
large
of,
measure a part of it.
Republic
I hear
of
that.
Niger Delta Republic.
Yes.
Issues like that.
Okay, but when Dr. Junaid Mohammed, when Dr. Junaid Mohammed was saying those challenging things, the same media reported
but
him.
they are glaring. They are
Oh, it
glaring.
is glaring in the case of Junaid Mohammed's reportage.
And I want to
That
ask
one is
now,
not glaring.
Junaid Mohammed was a minister in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, this
No,
guy
he wasn't a minister. He was in the House of Representatives.
Is he not higher than even minister? Then compared to somebody you don't even know,
Okay.
you don't see,
When the press.
you don't even know, you don't see,
Yes.
and they
When-
make
when
comments and
television
you lift it up.
Okay, so at
If
least
I make comment-
Junaid Mohammed is known.
Yes.
He was a member of the House of Representatives in the Shagari era.
So you should know.
Therefore, if they report him, we can believe him. We
But
can
this
believe the
other-
media.
But these other guys, who do you know?
Okay, I hear you.
If I say so, you say President says so, but I didn't say so.
Alistair.
I'm from Niger Delta.
And finally, I think President has given you a chance, Alistair, to talk.
I
You've
think-
heard how he said it.
I think our advisors for purpose of this discussion, let us try and educate the public, and let the public really get educated on these issues, rather than just whipping up sentiments and throwing up emotions and all whatnot. And I will advise my brother that let's take it calmly, so that we can all advise.
You
the
for not
public.
mention your brother. You just set him going again. Just say your own, and he will rebut. But the question to you directly is that can you not see? We can't wait forever. When it is said that the administration it's infinite, its patience is not infinite.
Yeah.
Of course, it can't be.
It can never be.
And so
I want to
that's
even
because
say-
the administration has come out so far,
Yes.
and is expecting you to also meet
come-
it.
to meet it
But you can't
somewhere.
stay where you are and saying no, nothing is going to happen.
Certainly not. I have always held the view that as far as we are today, every part of this country is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And there is a commander-in-chief that has a responsibility to protect the territorial integrity of this country.
Including the Niger Delta.
I've met that is undisputable. And the water surrounding it, it's all under the purview of the commander-in-chief. And who is commander-in-chief? Is President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes. And so, the Nigerian military has a responsibility to defend the borders of this country against any aggression or any anything that's untoward that will affect anybody, be it within the confines of where these issues are rising or outside. And so that is the responsibility. Now, if the military chooses to, for political expediencies and for human rights purposes and for peace purposes, decided to say, let us dialogue on the issues. Now, you are the aggressor. You begin to destroy national assets. That is without provocation. Begin to destroy national assets. Begin to endanger the lives of your own people that you claim you are protecting. You begin to endanger their lives. You begin to drag along other ethnic people that are not part of whatever thing you are doing. You give some ridiculous demands that are both political, both sentimental, both religious, and everything. You begin to give those demands, and then the military keeps still say, okay, let us dialogue. And then rather than you accepting those overtures, and you begin to want to become more provocative by talking about insurrection of secession, of secession. I don't think the military, sorry, I don't think any body that is charged with that constitutional responsibility to defend the country will say, I have an elastic patience.
Your patience.
We will want to keep talking.
Indeed.
But we must identify, look, because like...
no, I hear you.
We must identify
I beg your pardon
where this threat is coming from and know how to nip it, because we cannot continue in this route.
We can't.
Yes.
And President, coming back to you with that, from that sentiment, we need to just, everybody has the same objective, which is peace, progress, and all of that.
Yes.
MEND is what would have given this particular process its legitimacy. If MEND says it backs it, it is behind it, is there not...
Backs what?
The dialogue.
Okay.
The fact
Yes.
that they are talking, there are negotiations going on.
Yes.
If MEND has said up front that we know this is going on and we back that, that is not somebody from Southwest speaking.
Yes, yes.
So why is that not enough? Why,
But
if people are just not wanting to cause mayhem, I don't say that you have the responsibility to give me an answer, but as a Niger Delta son, I'm trying to understand what the processing is that is leading to this confrontational stance that cannot be won.
But if we are conversant with one of our brothers, Tony Uranta, he came up and he explained certain things. If government is sincere, you don't need to start, you need to meet with the genuine people. Because with the stories we are gathering, we had of a minister of youth who went into the creek. He was in Baramatu, undercover with some other persons. You see, a lot of stories.
Okay.
And this is not the first time.
So you think that
it's
is
not the
an
first time.
issue?
Yes.
The issue of who exactly
Sincere,
are we
yes,
negotiating with? That you think is a sticking point?
Yes.
What do you think, again, because I know you're so deeply involved in this, again, what do you think would be the methodology towards ironing out that particular wrinkle?
The facts are glaring. Every tribe in the Niger Delta, the Urhobos, the Jaws, the Sokos, the Shekiris, they all have their organizations, umbrella organizations. They have leaders.
And so what you're saying is that those people, to the best of your knowledge, have not been carried along. And that people that are speaking...
If you use them, we'll get element of sincerity and we'll get... Yes, because I know of the INC, Indian National Congress. I know the leadership. They have chapters, they have unions.
Are you therefore critical of men's support for this peaceful road and negotiation?
Nobody's against peace. We all support it. We want peace, we want development.
But because you've been an ardent supporter of MEND.
Me or you? You talk about MEND.
Yes.
I never mentioned any organization. I just said meet the umbrella organizations.
I know, but a not unknown organization in the struggle, MEND.
So when you now come up and say somebody says declaring Republic in August 1st, I'm an Ijaw man.
Yes.
I'm from Niger Delta.
You condemn that totally.
Because I've not been.
You condemn that totally.
Yes. Because I know that you're not on ground. If you're on ground, you can't say that. We're Nigerians, and we played our roles.
But so, in concrete terms,
the truth is this: the government too is not sincere. I must say that to handling the issue. If you're sincere, you meet the appropriate people because you know them.
Okay. I hear you.
We have legislators. We have legislators in the National Assembly.
I think
we have senators.
I'm clear where you are now.
Why not drafting them back to their various areas? So say you are here making laws for the country, and your area is burning. No. They should actively. Don't you think so?
No.
They should not.
I don't think so.
They should not participate.
You
shouldn't participate.
The truth of the matter is this.
Then we have a strange...
There has been too many cacophony of voices and proliferation of groups in that Niger Delta that if Gomara is saying the government is not going to be the right people, then maybe he can know some of the right people. Because number one, this new phase, these Avengers, everybody in Niger Delta, they don't know them.
Yes.
Anki Obri says he doesn't know them. Yes. Anki Obri is a leader of Niger Delta. She says he doesn't know them. My friend.
I don't think Tony Uranta said he knows them.
I've not heard Tony before.
He only said,
but
discuss with the genuine leaders of that.
I tell you, maybe they are talking of coming to talk to them because some people arrogate to themselves.
Who?
Some people, like the Tony Randalls of this world that he's calling, they are going to themselves.
Why do we have to say that?
Look, I gave you time to talk.
He's a leader of
I gave you time
please,
to talk. Please,
you
can
know,
I talk?
You will rebut if need be.
Can I
he's
speak?
saying it, but I
People
also,
arrogate
but I
to
also
themselves.
don't want you to get personal.
I'm coming. Look, I want to be very, very personal.
Because
I want to be very, very
I don't know that you
objective.
have any evidence
I've
for that
not met-
statement.
I've not met-
that
I've not
the-
met Tony.
that when you said the
I've
Tony
not met
Ugandas
Tony.
of this world
Yeah, because
arrogate to
if they
themselves,
are saying,
I don't believe you have any evidence to back that
and I said it on national television. If they're saying today that the government is not sincere because it's not talking to them, then they have arrogated to themselves.
Did he say so?
No, that's what you just said. You just said that.
He only
No, if
advised the
anybody is
government,
saying
he
that
advised.
they're not talking to the town unions,
He
to the
advised.
village unions, and all that makes the government. I'm coming, sir. That makes the government insincere. Then we are not addressing the issues. Now, these are the same people that say they don't know who Avengers is. I've been on platform with a lot of my Niger Delta brothers, and they all disown these Avengers, but they support tacitly some of their action because they say it leads towards. Look, we are still. Sometimes I begin to think and I begin to express clearly that we are still on this hangover of what happened in a 2015 election. Because if at this point in time we are still saying we don't know them and yet we support their cause, this is a region that successive government has spent trillions of naira in. And if my brother is saying
dealing with Niger Deltans,
yes,
because
I'm coming.
There are aspects of the conversation where a lot is people have called in and said that, wait a minute, without prejudice to the agitations of those guys, the monumental, colossal sums that have already been spent in the area into the hands of certain individuals,
and that is where
where
I'm going,
is it showing?
That's where I'm going, because a lot of
who can love Niger Delta more than Niger Deltans?
A lot of people who my brother is mentioning today. So I know people who were in this Lagos doing runs. I know somebody who did my passport. I'm saying on national TV. I won't mention names. Who did my passport? The first time I wanted a visa to the first time I wanted a visa to the UK. Someone who helped me to do it. But when this whole thing started, they are all millionaires, own mansions and everything. So people have benefited from this crisis, and people still want to be benefiting from the crisis. And unfortunately, people have not understand that the game has changed, and so they still want to benefit from this crisis. Because if you go down to Niger Delta, those communities that they are projecting as Niger Delta are still the way they are. Even if, like we have said, money has been pumped in. Backstage, me and my brother were talking of certain things. We talked about on deck that if every of the kobo spent in that region was actually deployed to the betterment and for the love of the people that we are all fighting for, that we all claim we are fighting for. Today, Muhammadu Buhari will not have any problem talking about no development, no water, no light in that area.
Now, in that sense, President, I feel sure, will not argue with the fact that Niger Deltans themselves have been their own worst enemies in the past.
I refuse to agree. He just said something.
All the monies that the Niger Delta
change.
The trillions of naira.
We have change now, but the same methodology, the same pattern the previous regimes handle situation is what the present so-called change agenda is handled. What we are saying is deploy construction firms. We don't want to hear these names.
Into
the communities.
Into Baramatu.
We all saw it happen in Abuja. We all saw it in Lagos.
In
Lagos,
let's leave Abuja.
We have in Lagos. We have Shagari Estate. We have Gowon Estate. We have
built by who?
Federal government with oil company.
Which oil
we have
money?
National Theatre. It was consigned to Julius Berger. Building the theatre, collect oil from Niger Delta. What we are saying is, let these construction firms go back there too and start
which
not
community?
individuals, not me and him.
Which community?
Not me and him.
But Niger,
into which of the communities in Niger Delta?
Amabulu is there.
Which
Amabulu? Some of us don't live in Lagos. So I was born in the north.
Yes.
Complete northern. But I know home more than him.
Yes.
And I stayed outside home.
Okay.
I visit because it pains me.
But I am saying
that
you yourself are not denying that colossal sums have been invested in the Niger Delta through their leaders.
We know Nigeria. So much will be announced. So we all know that even in NDDC, Samanitari just left NDDC. You go and find out so much we expect from government. It didn't come in.
And the one that came in.
The one that came in.
The one that came in.
Before they settle themselves.
People are
we
spending
not
it on
Nigerians?
themselves.
I'm surprised that Nigerians are talking like this. We are Nigerians. We are Nigerians. Sincerity has gone. The truth is this.
You are not being sincere, my brother. You are not being sincere.
Alesta,
so much is due for NDDC. Give it to them.
Please don't let's get personal. Let's leave personal judgment. Let him say his own, you say your own. Now,
look at Ministry of Niger Delta.
We know
how
all of
much
that.
is due to them. Join NDDC, Ministry of Niger Delta, 13% derivation and whatever together, not up to 20 billion.
You are for some reason refusing, President, to acknowledge that colossal sums.
But don't forget again, I'll give you
have been pumped into the Niger Delta.
Truth.
Through and Niger Deltans themselves have
but to
buried
construct a kilometer road in Niger Delta is
Yes.
constructing 5 elsewhere. These are facts. You
Well,
prepare
those arguments are.
Are you therefore saying?
Those arguments are
you see,
defeatist?
And if you look at what has come out of Niger Delta,
You see, what we need.
look at what has gone in. It's not near anything at all. So we're not being sincere.
You see, anybody
I'm
listening to you
promoting-
might
I'm
make
not
the
trying-
mistake of thinking that you support and are promoting these what
condemn
do they
them.
call themselves?
Avengers.
Avengers.
See, I own a paper. I have a site. Check. You won't see anything about because I don't know. You see, you must make your source of information. I go there. I see. I feel. I've been to Amabulu. I mention places where no civilization and they produce oil.
Look at the
Have you been to Amabulu?
Look at the cleanup that has happened in the Niger Delta for
What
the
cleanup?
first time.
Which cleanup?
Has it not? Has it?
Which
not been,
cleanup?
Has it
We
not been
all saw the
inaugurated?
flag off. Nothing happened after.
It's not a 3 days affair. It's a
We
30
know,
year
but
affair.
no committee. Let's be honest. We're not saying. I like one Yoruba adage I always use. Don't call dog monkey. Dog is dog, monkey is monkey. That's our problem in Nigeria.
Oh, you are saying
And that's
that
why
you
people
are
like
saying
us
that
are
that
not carried
whole
along.
cleanup effort. You are
There was
saying
no
that
effort,
it
it was just a
is
flag off.
hypocritical.
Flag off. Flag off. And we know the principal actors in Ogoniland.
Okay, okay, it's all right.
the
It's all
leading
right.
metus.
You see, because I need to make
Sorry,
progress.
okay,
because
I need to
the
make
Medin Metus
I need
are
to
not
make
there.
progress.
Because the Medin Metus is not part of
actively
it.
had somebody involved.
You see,
And
that's what
they
I'm
went
saying.
there
You see, that's what I'm saying.
and he was involved.
Persons have
One at a time, gentlemen.
persons have fed too fat on this Niger Delta crisis that they don't want to be left out.
Yes.
Because if you were to
whatever
resolve this crisis,
Yes.
that free money will
will
disappear.
and that is the issue.
people like-
and
and
what-
that is the issue that is happening today. They don't want to let off. And since they don't want to let off, they feel that the government is not sincere because those old names, those old failed names that have failed the Niger Delta people themselves are not being called in. And that is why you are seeing some of this crisis. For me, I'm coming, sir. For me, Yori, I don't like propaganda. And that is what Niger Deltans have used to spoil their cases. So sometimes when you come out to the
Say we Niger Delta. You are
most
Niger
of,
Delta.
because I cannot go on propaganda level. You understand? I come from Bonny. Bonny deserve better development.
Oh.
But I cannot complain as to what is there today. Bonny deserve better development. So don't go and fishing ports. If you're driving to Bonny, there are fishing ports on the road. There are fishing settlements where the Andonis ply their trade. Don't go and picture those fishing settlements and say that is Bonny. Then they are being they are creating propaganda in the minds of the people.
They are not pointing their camera at wherever there is some measure of development.
Good. I'm
That
not
is not
comfortable
done,
with what's
understandably.
in Bonny. And I've said it before over time. If you go to NDDC headquarters, you see it is Chief Fado Tababriye's house. In his community where I come from, which is my own village, where I come from, NDDC only sank a water project that they've not completed up till now. And they are the point that they've completed it. Look, so who are eating the money? Now, I'll go and blame Buhari for NDDC citing a project in a frontline nationalist community. I'm coming, sir. In a frontline nationalist community. Meanwhile, the NDDC was run by Niger Delta people. There are some people working there. You understand? And so you now go and start blaming the House of Buhari for what you have given our money for. You go and sink a borehole. I mean a water project that you've not completed, and you are recognizing you have completed it. These are some of the injustice. There is a time that we used to have NAFCON, National Fertilizer Company in Rivers, in Onne. One of the foremost fertilizer companies. It was run by Rivers men. I will say Calabar people ran that place. The Calabar clan. They killed that place. Today, NAFCON used to be one of the best employer of labor in the end.
So there's a sense in which certain people there have been working against the better interest of the people. And we're trying to come out of this.
And then every day you keep saying no development. In the 70s and the 80s, Port Harcourt was more beautiful than whatever you call Abuja today. I am ashamed that people are calling Abuja. What's in Abuja?
What?
Abuja is a glorified capital. Abuja cannot compare to even Accra, cannot compare to Buenos Aires, cannot compare to any capital of the world. Everyone here Abuja. What is in Abuja?
President, is it useful, do you think, to illustrate your position by, if you're saying this administration, you've not seen any change,
the same pattern, the same old style.
With the immediate past administration.
Yes, well, not immediate.
Not immediate.
No,
so what are the things that the immediate did that the immediate past did? That is different.
The same people they are using. What we're saying is, go ahead and draft Julius Berger.
You know what?
Gufanti.
I hear you,
Africa,
sir.
I mean, the Arab contractors. Look at the East-West road. Look at the East-West road.
Wait. I'm trying to understand you perfectly.
Yes.
So that being very, very simplistic.
Yes.
The immediate past administration, the Jonathan administration,
yes,
it
did well for us.
It did well for you.
I'm telling you.
Could you cite one or two things that it did that has been stopped?
It takes me less hours now to get to a place like Patani, Kayama, unlike before.
And the Buhari administration has stopped that.
They have to follow.
They have stopped that.
They just commissioned a train road now.
Rail
now from Abuja to Kano. They continue. But what we're saying is that the pace will be better.
Did he stop any development there?
Wait now. What we're saying is this. We know the characters.
Yes.
Not only Niger Delta, Nigerian mentality. It's all over the place. Why not draft like you do in Abuja? Concern a particular construction firm. We want this from this. This is what you are saying. Rather than give it to individuals and then, will you allow me?
If the Niger Delta could be made a carbon, if the Niger Delta could be made a carbon copy of Abuja, for instance.
Not only Abuja. You just give them assignments. This federal government, no need for Ministry of Niger Delta, no need for NDDC. If you address the issues, we are thinking with the change matter,
because of these things you say,
with the change matter, we expect that they will stop the old fashion, because he alleged
he has stopped the old fashion by not talking to the old guards. Now,
by not talking to those guys who have been wasting the money of Niger Delta for decades.
Who is the new person that they are talking with?
The place hostage.
Who is the new person that they are talking with?
Those people are not from the southwest. The new people they are talking to are not from the northeast.
Who are they?
They are from within the Niger Delta.
The same people. That's why we're saying no use people again. Go there.
How can you go when you do not have the terrain in your hands? You have to see.
Then you now address via the organizations, via the people, not individuals. You don't get me.
Okay.
The individuals, we all are led.
I'm going to have to let me cool it down a bit. I've got to go on a break. I'll go on a break, and then.
The weather is cool already.
I'm happy. I'm happy you said that. Let's go on a quick break. Don't go anywhere, please. We'll include your calls when we come back. Welcome back. We've been having this feisty conversation from, 10:30 on the issue in the Niger Delta, efforts to resolve the issue, efforts at negotiation, and then there are some people saying that they are not a part of that. In spite of it being a credible organization, from the point of view of within the Niger Delta, there are not unknown groups endorsing it and saying it's the way to go. Yet we have an organization like the Avengers saying that and even going as far as, it's a very expensive joke, saying that they will be declaring a republic.
Even said they're going to bomb Third Mainland Bridge.
And that they will be, public property is being destroyed at will. And understandably, the administration's patience is being worn thin.
It's a joke that is being taken too far.
And so when the army now reacts, if they react, then there will be another howl. Yes, they want to wipe out a certain part of the country.
That joke is being taken too far. Now, don't get. Don't be oblivious of the fact that a lot of money was sunk into private hands. So the kind of armory and ammunition that could be available to them could be humongous.
Yes.
That is what.
After all, they're establishing universities, broadcast houses, left, right, and center.
That is what that can be. So the kind of arms, ammunition, and preparation that could be there. We don't even know the kind of sophisticated weapon they have.
It's not peculiar. It's true.
For you to say you want to attack Third Mainland Bridge and all what.
No, I think
but
careless.
That is I'm taking it as a joke, but it's a joke taken too far.
Too far.
For which
I think
they should not take it lightly.
There's an international call here. Michael, even if it is the Republic of Benin, it's an international call. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, sir.
Please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. I'm Michael, calling from...
Oh, Michael. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. I like your comment, your view. All right. I'm from Anambra State, and I have visited Ijo once with my friend. And when I get there, I cried because there's no single development in that place. Even the road that
Which one?
from Onitsha to that place, there is no road everywhere. All bush. There is no single road in Ijo. And the place they are called Bamanti.
Michael, even Presido is disagreeing with you.
I didn't.
From Onitsha to the end of
How
the
will I disagree with him?
Oh, that there's no single road.
I said it here
There's
earlier.
no
Apart from
single
the
road.
Metropolis, Benin,
From-
Asaba,
He
Port Harcourt.
said from Onitsha to Ijo.
Yes.
Please, which Ijo community did you go? Which one was the Ijo
How would
community?
you be saying
because
that?
he said
No.
You pass through Asaba,
But when-
Ugele.
No road in
sometimes-
Asaba, no road in Ugele.
Sometimes we are.
Ugele, that's the problem we have.
Wait, sometimes.
And that's why
you see, we are Nigerians. And because of that, we are given to hyperbole. We are hyperbolic in our speech. It is how we speak. So when a gentleman speaking Nigerianese now says there is no single road, not single road in Ijo, that's hyperbolic.
It's about the natural with us.
And yet he got there.
It's not only him, you, me.
That is why I wanted
What we're
us to
saying
understand
is
it in the
this. If
correct
this much has
way
come
that
out, that
he's
the
being,
anger, we're not getting
he's
it.
speaking Nigerian.
And that's why we're having
It's
this-
hyperbolic. You can't say there's not a single
Okay,
road
you know
in
why
the
we're
Niger
having this
Delta.
problem? We're not listening to each other, and a section has been already. I met them.
That is not true.
When he said
That's
no
not true.
road, probably he had got to Bomodi, and from Bomodi, he didn't see anything called civilization.
Why? How?
You say Lagos say
How?
how? We have meetings. We go to
Gomoro,
meetings
how?
from Patani. By the time you get to Bomodi by boat,
Okay.
you go to Peretorubeni.
Yeah.
You've seen. Look, it's funny.
That is Delta State.
Okay, let me.
That's just Delta State.
Abadondo,
let's say it,
Abadondo, from Agadagba. After Agadagba, no civilization.
So you want to build
Arugo.
road across the road, across the water. You want to build a bridge across the water in 40 nautical miles.
Okay.
You want to tell
Wait
me
a
that there's
minute.
no road to Bonny.
Gentlemen,
I'm happy.
You should build a road
Gentlemen,
from Port Harcourt to Bonny.
wait.
40 nautical miles.
Alabi is knocking from Abeokuta. Good morning, Mr. Alabi. Go ahead, please.
Hello? Hello?
Mr. Alabi, good morning. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Mr. Alabi, can you hear us?
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead, Mr. Alabi. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Well, Mr. Alabi, if you were watching, I was trying to get you to speak because it seemed that we could hear you, but you couldn't hear us. Calling in from Abeokuta. See if you can call in again. We are agreed on one thing.
Yes.
We're taking all calls. We don't censor calls.
Yes.
So when somebody calls in and says that there's no single road, I said that understand it for what it is.
Yes.
The Nigerian hyperbole.
Hyperbole.
We speak that way.
I'm happy you said Nigerian happy.
Yes,
so
yes,
why
yes, yes.
why castigating him?
No, because you yourself know that it is not
endorsing-
fact.
you're endorsing what
You
is
know
not
that it is
fact.
not a fact.
What is it? What's not a fact?
That there is not a single road.
If there's a single road only in an area that you should have roads,
Please,
would I
please,
say those
please,
single
please,
roads?
please.
It's
If
our
you-
language.
we
You
don't
just
want to- we
you
don't
just
want to
you
whip
just
up
accept
sense.
Tell
Amen.
me, tell me
I'm
where you have
surprised.
roads in Nigeria.
I'm surprised.
Please tell me where you have roads
You are
in
the
Nigeria.
moderator. You are taking on me. He's my brother. Taking on me.
I'm not taking on you because
at least I'm a human being.
we must educate the people
Yes.
clearly.
And that's why the boys
Where
are,
there is
they
something
don't have the kind
wrong.
of
That
exposure
man
we
is
have.
speaking-
That's
man-
why they're
that
taking
man-
the
that
level.
man is speaking like you said Nigerian. Because if you go to his own Anambra State, I can tell you,
Okay.
Enugu on Oka Express Road, there's no road there.
Basil is in Cameroon. Good morning,
No,
Mr.
good morning.
Basil.
Good morning. I'm calling from Cameroon.
Okay, very, very good to have you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, Uncle Yori, how are you?
Very well, sir. Thank you for calling in. Basil.
Okay, we are listening to your program from Cameroon.
That's wonderful.
Please go ahead with your comment. Thank you very much.
So So I think the gentleman there, Mr. Gomora, has a very good point. But his problem is that he's unable to comport himself and put his point straight.
Okay, that's your view. Thank you very much for calling in. Did you have more there?
The young man is preparing for solution on how to get out of the whole problem, and he just suggested that if a development is being cited in that Ijaw land, it will help to ameliorate the problem. So can we take it from there? If Nigeria should stop giving money to individuals, that will end up, after eating the million they have given them, the problem is still there.
Yeah.
Won't the government give it wise to go there and try some implemental project that can last for a long, that will ensure for job creation?
Simple.
By this, all this restiveness will stop. Yes. That's what the young man, Mr. Gomora, is profiling. That's a very good solution to end this crisis happening in Ijaw.
Thank you very much.
The man has a very good point. Can Nigeria just move a very project, a lasting project that can help to create jobs and stop this restiveness in the Ijaw land? By that, we get this problem solved.
Indeed.
And not just doling billions and trillions into the hands of criminals that will end up.
Thank you very much, Basil. Your name is changing from Basil to Basil, but Basil, whichever, you know the correct one.
That is exactly
one thing.
what the government is doing right now.
Thank you very much.
How?
That is what.
That's
Wait
exactly.
now. One moment, guys. One moment,
What-
guys.
what- what-
One
what-
moment. One moment. One moment, please. Something is.
NDDC must be a vehicle. You can't
Three
scrap them.
people can't be speaking at the same time, gentlemen. 3 people can't be speaking, and me, I reserve the first position.
Yes, sir.
Then you people, joint vice president.
In the second.
Joint, no, joint second.
Joint second.
position.
You can't be joined now. Because
What do they carry last now?
What did they carry last?
What
No, they
Basil?
carry last.
What do you know they carry last?
They carry
Now,
last.
what Basil was saying in there, this administration identifies with it by its actions.
Exactly.
There is no trouble there.
Okay.
What was happening yesterday, metaphorically speaking, it may, that you carry money and give to individuals, not in this administration.
No, he's saying it should stop.
That is what
It
I'm
has
saying.
stopped.
It has stopped.
It has stopped.
No.
Why are they giving money?
That's why you
No.
That's why you see some
Look,
other person.
it's not business as usual in the Niger
When
Delta
they say-
anymore.
when they say-
And-
when they say the
Wait, you agree
government-
with me that 2 people
Yes.
can't be speaking at the same time?
Yes, I agree
So I'm
with you,
still
sir.
speaking.
I agree with you, sir.
We can't continue business as usual. You seem to be wanting business as usual. Maybe people don't understand your position.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you said that you said that the immediate past administration, you say you exempt that one from
Why
things.
are you particular about my saying the immediate past?
Did you know?
All the past administration.
Including the immediate one.
Including the immediate past.
When I say all, simple.
No.
let's-
You
let's
took out the immediate past.
Let's
I said
specific.
all. When I say all, leave the immediate or no immediate.
Yori,
I don't say all. Why you-
the
No,
truth must
you
be
see,
told. Yori,
you
the truth
cannot-
must be told, sir.
I
Who
agree.
even was sharing money to people individually? It's not the past administration. Was other ones sharing like that?
You know,
There must be a
wait,
vehicle. There must
Gentlemen,
be a
except
vehicle.
you have
Maybe
other
because 2 of
reasons.
you are speaking at the same time. John Paul has come in from Ghana. So,
please.
good morning, Mr. John Paul.
from Ghana.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Yori. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Yori, I still not online because this line is so different to my distance. And you know, it's an international call. Please, please.
Please go ahead.
Let me go straight to what you people are discussing there. We are here, we are watching the whole program in Nigeria. And I thank you very much. You are bringing an issue that can create a very good idea. So, direct to this Niger Delta issue. Government are not faithful to Niger Delta. Not only even Niger Delta, but more especially Niger Delta. Let me tell you one thing. Those things that is helping the country is from that place. Why can't the government to go there and cite something that can be very tangible for the people? Not giving money to individuals. That is a token. You are giving them token. You are giving them right to allow you to come in and take whatever you want to go away. My brother is a cheat. I don't want to hear all these Nigerian people. They do this, they do the other one, and so on and so on. They are right for what they are doing. They are right for what they are agitating. This agitating is so on and so on. If you don't do them well, they will continue agitating. They call them to order. Tell
All
them
right.
that I want to start this big industry to you people. Yesterday, they have gone and flag up a Abuja Kaduna railway line. Only one achievement in Nigeria since this government started. I have never seen anything again more than this.
All right then.
So why not down to Port Harcourt so that you can mellow down people so that you can down.
Okay.
You shouldn't blame anybody from that Niger Delta. Whatever they do, they are right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I
No, not only you. The Gomora himself disagrees with that because Gomora has said that what they are doing, the troublemakers they are doing in the Niger Delta is right. You don't agree with that?
I never said the violence is I don't support.
That's what we're saying now. He is saying they are right. You are condemning it. He is saying they are right.
The level of exposure.
We disagree to that completely, and I disagree with what the speaker said completely.
You see, we're not being honest to ourselves. I just told you, I am an Ijaw man. And I told you, Ijaw communities are completely back.
Call the communities now.
My community
let me be calling. Let me be calling. Baramatu. Let me be calling.
Baramatu.
Abare.
Call more.
Trofane.
What's the distance between?
I'll be calling to tomorrow.
Keep calling
no
them.
Road.
Who told you?
Look at, you see, when
Who
you were from
you?
Bonny, the oil
There are local
company,
governments there are local governments in those areas. There are local governments in those
Which
areas.
local
There are
government
state
work in
governments in those
Nigeria
areas. What are they doing?
I live in
Federal government has 52%.
Which local government works today? The state government that do everything you see in local
That is
government.
the
Local government cannot even pay salary.
Government.
They can't hear at home. Once two
Local
of you
government
start
cannot pay
talking
salary.
together.
Which local government? We are supposed to have 3 tiers of government. We all know, you agree with me. Local government doesn't function today. The state government that do whatever we are saying.
So why is state government not doing it? Why must it only be federal government?
State government has not been able to pay salaries.
People are saying, since when?
Please don't engage yourselves directly.
Sir, people are saying government should go
Am I lying?
Government should go to that place.
State government, I mean,
We have heard, but let him speak so I can come back to you.
Who is government?
I'm coming back.
Who is government?
We're not being-
Is government president, the president of the country alone?
No.
Government will walk through institutions.
Yes.
Government will walk through bodies and organizations.
But when you
and that's why
have
government set up.
ad hoc committees,
Hold on, sir. That's why government set up.
30%.
Allow one person to speak. In
That
fact,
was like-
even because of this, Mr. Mahmoud, good morning, sir. You speak.
Good morning, Mr. Yori.
Good morning, Mr. Mahmoud.
Yes, you see, the two gentlemen talking there, it's like they are from Niger Delta.
They are.
Okay, that Mr. Gomora is not always very honest. All the interventions agencies in that place, all the directors or the mine directors are all from Niger Delta.
That's right.
What of all the money that is pumped there? What have they done with that money? Do you think Nigerians are fools? We don't even need that oil. If it's not because we have insincere leaders, they should cut off that oil, give all your oil there. And let me tell you something. If you give the Niger Delta people the oil to manage, all you will Niger Delta start packing yourselves. Because you have you have so many tribes there. They will claim that they are the majority. They will start killing yourselves there. We don't. What the solution to this to me is cut off this oil. Let them have their oil there. Let them not produce what they have. Let them eat. Everybody should produce, and then to stop all this rubbish or rubbish. This the other man is always speaking the truth. But anytime Mr. Gomora comes on air, he's always biased and saying this, that no intervention, no road, no. What of all the money that is done there?
All right.
It's so annoying.
Okay. Mr. Mahmoud, thank you very much for calling in, but Mr. Gomorai, always calls it the way he sees it. Yeah. And I think that is his right.
No, I'll see it the way he sees it.
No.
I come from there. I live there.
Yes.
I participate there.
Yes.
And I know what is
You live
happening.
in Lagos. You live in Lagos.
I spend more time there.
You live in Lagos. You live in Lagos. I know how to meet you this evening.
You live in Lagos.
Without any boats involved.
Where will
No
we be
boats.
sitting?
No boats. No boats. No, I don't need any paddle, any canoe. I know where to meet you. So what I'm saying is that I understand what you're saying, but you see,
can I just react to his position? Look at, he is watching. He is angry, with fury. I come from there, and I still condemn anything they are doing. But what we're saying is government should address, not this government alone. All the government have not been doing the right thing. I will keep saying it. We have community, we have umbrella organizations.
until the right people are engaged.
Not the right people.
No,
you
the
have
right people in the
Ministry of
Niger
Works.
Delta.
You have Ministry of Works. You don't need Ministry of Niger Delta. You assign Nigeria assignment to Ministry of Works. You do the.
Is the Niger Delta going to?
Let me give you a. When we held First TAC, maybe he was younger then.
It seems that you want the Niger Delta to govern itself.
Government
no, what you're saying,
first,
what you're saying is that the Niger Delta should just be allowed to govern itself as they see fit.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
No.
It's not what you're saying.
The Nigerian system should apply there. Let there be equity, fairness. But what we are seeing
I
is
think
the government,
And apart from the Nigerian system applying,
Yes.
then there have been additional concessions because of the
okay,
special
where
nature
is Ministry
of
of
that place.
Ministry of Works in Niger
And
Delta?
that place,
Where
they
is-
are not using it properly
Where is-
to ensure that the intervention gets to where it should go to. Government is not in vacuum. Government will work with agencies. And that's why government has been, yes, Umpadek may not have been honest.
I think
because
I can see the way the Niger Delta Avengers must be thinking, because I think President Gomarai has given us something of an insight in what might possibly be their mindset.
If they're looking for
Because
republic,
since we don't know them,
if they're
so I'm
looking for
looking at
republic,
if this
then
is the
that's
way
it.
they're thinking,
But
then there's
don't
not going to be any
forget- don't
resolution.
forget I
But
said-
there's David on the line. Good morning, David.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Yori.
Thank you for calling in, sir.
Yeah, my name is David calling from Alagbado, David Chukwemeka. Now, I want to just make a very good, my contribution to this. The issue of Niger Delta is an issue that needs to be restructured. Now, because the past administrations have made some errors, whereby you are doling out money to individuals, forgetting
the main thing.
the regional development. Now, because of those incentives you are giving to individuals and you are negating the major population of the people of Niger Delta, that is where all these issues are coming up. Now, let's look at this region is a region that produces our main stake of economy.
Simple.
And if this region is producing our main stake of economy, what is wrong for the government to develop this region at least to 50% development? If you go to Saudi Arabia, where they have this oil, it's as if where you go, you would love to be. When you go to Kuwait, the same thing. Even when you go to Libya here, it's a well-developed region. Why must Nigeria own be a different thing? Why?
Okay.
Because the major issue is this. They are the one who produce it. Then let them have the fee of what they have.
Let me.
The last time the last past administration was talking about ocean dichotomy, there was a bill that became an argument of offshore and petrol bill dichotomy. If those bills were passed through, Niger Delta would be in that state which they are.
It will not.
Look at Abuja. Look at Lagos. You can't go from here to Bayelsa. There is no road. You have only one single road that goes into Bayelsa.
Accepting these facts.
You can't go from rivers when you are going to Kana and there. I have traveled from the length and breadth of this country, most especially the Niger Delta. There is a serious challenge there, and the government needs to put a stage and a mechanism way to see that
David, without prejudice to thank you very much for what you have said. Without prejudice that you are not saying that
David
a colossal sum of money hasn't been pumped into the Niger Delta in the past that have gone straight into private pockets. You're not saying that.
The money which was pumped into the Niger Delta Development Connection was not used to carry out what is meant for that NDDC to be the main objective of NDCC. Now, when the amnesty was, the past Yaradra declaring an amnesty for them, I thought the amnesty was to build their people and integrate them back to the society for the development of that region.
Yes.
But on the other way around, it has become a body that donates money to individuals for their personal enrichment pocket, leaving the masses to suffer for it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, David. Appreciate your call. I don't know. It looks like we're going round and round in circles.
Yes, going round and round.
We're going round and round in circles.
I disagree completely.
I
disagree completely with what David is saying, that there is no road from Bayelsa. The East-West road, that road was built in the 80s. I remember when the first time I started going to Lagos, it was a one-lane road, two-lane road. The East-West road, to Warri to Lagos. And somebody said there's no road there. That road has been there. Now they're expanding it. The last government spent about 6 years and couldn't finish that road. Now, if you're telling me there's no road between Bayelsa and Rivers, then where has the people been passing? Please tell me where in his own state, tell me where Nigeria as a whole has failed. If you are saying Libya, Tripoli
you
does not.
are
I'm
quoting
coming.
something now.
Tripoli does not
Nigeria
produce
as a whole
oil.
has failed.
Tripoli does not produce oil.
That's another hyperbole.
Tripoli
Yes,
Tripoli does not produce oil.
Nigeria has not failed.
Nigeria
But I
alone-
understand.
Nigeria leadership
Again,
alone
we
has
understand
failed.
that even though the
Nigeria-
vehicle is English, when people is speaking
Yes.
English are doing Nigerianese as well, you got to understand it.
when I
Nigerian
do my
Nigerian
own,
project.
no.
Look, Nigerian
My own should
leadership
not
has
be
failed
own,
everybody.
yes.
If you go to Yoris village, you will find development.
It's just that
If
we
you
won't
go
go and
to-
bring up any
look, when
Avengers
somebody-
from
look,
Abeokuta.
me, I have gone around this
we
country.
still have our issues there.
I have gone around this country.
Contributing
You will see
journalism
poverty. Go to the north and you see poverty is in his face.
Did you hear him say, what are you contributing in Abeokuta? Is it
Is
journalism you people
journalism or
are
human rights
contributing?
Oh, you think
or lawyers?
contribution is
Or
really
lawyers.
Or
oil?
lawyers, you're contributing
Play
lawyers.
writers.
It's
Playwrights or-
really oil. You see?
So
You
it comes
see?
down to what are you
Playwrights.
contributing?
That
and-
is the
But it's one of the
that is the
factors.
arrogance. That
It's
is
one of the
the
factors.
Let's hear him.
It's one of the factors. When we know the time of the Kano pyramids, we saw the Kano buildings. We know the time of Cocoa, we saw the first television, first radio, first newspaper, first story building, first Liberty Stadium.
Yeah,
And
first,
so
first.
what we're thinking is with oil, we should see some national theatre
Okay,
in
you didn't see
Bukuma.
them. You didn't see
Okay.
them.
In Opokuma.
You didn't see
Yes.
them. Have you gone to Buguma recently?
Me,
Have
I
you
know
gone
him.
to
He's my
Abonema?
brother.
Have you gone to
You
Abonema
cannot-
recently?
Eh?
Have you gone to Abonema?
Yeah,
Do you know Abonema is?
It's like London.
Formerly, Abonema is by water. Now, Abonema is by road.
by
The whole
road.
of Calabar region, you cannot go by road.
By road,
You say there's no road there.
And yes,
So it's not
the
as
past
if-
You say
government-
there's no road
the
there.
previous
So
government failed.
what
The
he probably
previous
means,
government-
because I'm trying to understand the Nigerianese, what he probably means is that the development is not been fast enough.
Simple.
I agree
But
with
he said, but he will say
He
because
will
he's
say
a
that's
Nigerian.
wrong.
Yeah, you
I
have to
never
understand
said-
Nigerian language
it cannot
now.
be zero. You said the hyperbole now. Hyperbole.
Eh?
And I'm so English me, no be hyper na lupa.
No, what we're saying is, look, let
What
us
you
put
really
it as
mean
it
is
is.
that
And then
you
ask
wish
for
the
better
development
The level of
had been
development is
more
not
and
as
faster.
Do you expect a national theatre
By now,
in a place?
with the
Okay,
change
tell me where they
mantra,
will.
with
tell me
change
where-
mantra,
in
we
1 year.
expect-
In
what
1
are
year
you
change
talking?
mantra. 1 year change mantra.
It's
Then
1
the whole of 20 years should have been wiped off in 1 year.
Look at
You have been
it.
unfair.
I'm not saying
The
You are
that
being
past,
unfair.
they are
the past
trying.
administration was at it for 6 years.
For 6
You
years.
are not happy yet.
And you are not
And
happy
these
yet.
people are
And you
only
want
come
to
1 year.
We are
And you
still-
want the
because
authorities
in
to have
Nigerian
changed.
mentality, the moment you say, oh, they just go to sleep.
No,
Okay.
you cannot
So
put
you people-
pressure that is
And
not
that's why
right.
you see in sports, where are the boxers? This was one part of the country, the world that was producing wrestlers and boxers.
Yes.
Where are they today? Because we were saying, hey, but if you keep challenging, people will move up.
Let us not forget where we're coming from.
Good,
It's
please.
also
Military are getting ready for major offensive should
Talks fail.
talks fail
Yes.
in the Niger Delta. So
I don't pray
where
for-
we started
I
from is
don't
that
pray- I don't pray.
nobody, Niger Delta or non-Niger Delta,
Praise
wants that.
No, I don't pray the talk should fail.
And that is what we are looking at, really.
The only aspect that probably will chip in is the government, the military should not forget that concept of stick and carrot. We use it in
No,
all
but they be
spheres.
using it. They be using
We
it.
use it in the Boko Haram.
This
Boko
is the
Haram
carrot.
area.
There
This
was no
is the
carrot.
carrot.
There was no carrot for
Right
Boko
now,
Haram.
Where is the
right
carrot?
now, this
Where
is the
carrot?
carrot.
They are
There
not
was no
talking.
carrot for Boko
You see,
Haram.
the
They are
government-
now using
we have the
carrot
president
for
said
the
military,
Niger
the oil
Delta,
companies have
which
been
we are
talking.
called from.
The boys said nobody has been talking with them. And we are thinking the boys shouldn't be the right people to talk with. The leaders.
Who are the leaders?
I'll sit down here and mention names.
Gomarai, there is no leaders that anybody can trust in that area because most of the leaders in that place have corrupted their hands. The last government, they didn't use it to their own advantage.
Okay.
As
And therefore-
spoken as one Niger Delta
Niger
son
Delta.
to another.
Niger
Yes,
Delta,
they have corrupted
All
their
the
hands.
leaders, yeah,
Most of them have
corrupted
corrupted their hands. So
In
let
Nigeria,
the government
where has not been corrupted?
let the
In Nigeria.
government
No,
go to the
Yeah,
right
yeah,
people
yeah, I hear
and
you.
they can talk
in
to.
Nigeria, where has hands not been corrupted?
This is
in
one
Nigeria.
interesting
That is why we are now
program.
That's why
having
we're
a
saying
change
address
mantra.
the issue.
There is not
Guys,
a change
totally.
mantra.
If you're not going to be
There is not a
quiet,
change mantra.
if
So
you're
let
not
let
going to
let us
hold
see
your
the change
peace-
to
You
work
should
out.
quiet, be
if you're
quiet.
not going to hold your peace, okay, I'm going to close the program.
No, sir.
No, I mean, it's all right. There's nothing we can do again. Since you guys kept on speaking,
I'm
let
quiet.
us close.
Is it that you're
Time
talking?
has gone. Come on, right. Time has gone.
Really?
The program has ended, but I want to thank you.
You can hold
I
back.
want to thank you
You can
very,
hold
very
back now.
much. President Gomarai, Lester Wilcox,
Thank
you
you
guys
very
have
much.
been fantastic
Thank you
in
very
putting
much.
across your perspectives. Thank you very
No, I
much.
take.
Thank you
Is it
very
Fanta?
Fantastic. Thank you
Fantastic.
very much.
Fantastic.
I'll be back tomorrow, God willing, with a fresh edition of the program. Once again, thanking in particular President Gomarai. I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Bye-bye for now.